Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a Mental Break podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Simpson, and on today's episode, I have the lovely, the illustrious, the well-groomed.
I showered right before this.
Whoa! I did not. Maybe I should have.
You smell fine.
Oh, thank you. I I don't know why I'm going to say this on podcast, but I literally got cologne and went, and I was like, gotta smell good for the homies.
You did. You smell great. It worked.
Perfect. Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that. I have the wonderful Trevor Dubois on the show. What's up, Trevor?
I'm so happy to be here. This has been very nice, and you have a very, very cool place.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Whenever people come over to record, they're always like, oh, maximalist.
It is, yeah, actually. It's a band vibes maximalist, I would say.
100%, man.
A lot of music stuff.
I don't know how to operate any other way. This is just who I've been my whole life, and you know what's funny? Not to get into this because we need to talk about you, but like when people visit me, they're always just like, can't tell if it gives 30-year-old or 15-year-old in here, and I'm like, I mean, maybe it's like my inner child screaming to get out, and that's what it turns out to be. This, but what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like it's a combination of the two.
Yeah?
Yeah, 30 and 15. I had a very, it didn't actually look as good, but I had a similar taste until I moved in with my now wife.
And the wife was like, no.
This will look a lot better if we do it this way. And it did.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's me, and I can't shy away from being me.
I'm big on functionality, so I would like design stuff in the room and build stuff that like worked well.
Nice.
But it didn't look good. Like I would find furniture on the side of the road a lot, or like build shelves in my room with like wood I found.
Nice.
And there was like a piece of cardboard I had taped to the wall. It's like, why do you have this like 1x2 inch piece of cardboard? It's like, oh well, this is where I lean my guitar.
Right.
And if I have cardboard here, it won't scratch
it's the wall.
Yeah. It won't hit the light switch.
Oh, there you go.
And she's like, put your guitar somewhere else. I'm like, no, because it functions best this way.
That's where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that, man. I feel that. Well, thank you for respecting the feng shui. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the studio / bedroom / office /
Yep.
multifunctional space.
I understand it.
We were talking off camera before we started rolling about your little Harry Potter room that you have.
Yeah, I live in a 1-bedroom, but I work from home and do all my work from home, and so Jill, who's my wife, is like, I'd rather you not have a desk in the bedroom because I want that to be where we chill and sleep and are not thinking about work, which is such a good idea.
Yeah.
So this place had like a storage closet, and I was like, I bet I could fit a desk and a chair in there. And she's like, I work on the couch, so I don't care where you set that up.
Nice.
And I did, and it's great. But before I met Jill, it was always like bedroom was also a studio, was also an office.
Yep.
And I don't know if you have one. I didn't see one, but I didn't even own a TV until we moved in together.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Right.
Like I have my room. I can watch YouTube.
Well, so the TV I have in here is my monitor. Like that is technically a TV.
Okay. Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
okay.
It functions everything like a
30
TV.
inch?
It's like I think it's 32 inch or something like that. But I use it as a monitor because I'm blind.
Yeah. Is your eyesight bad?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Do you wear glasses?
I'm supposed to.
My wife's the same way. Why don't you just get like I wear contacts?
See, that freaks me out.
I started when I was 12.
Because Tom also, my roommate Tom, shout out Tom.
Yeah.
He also wears contact lenses, and I see him do this.
Yeah, you have to touch your eye.
I'm like, oh, I can't do it, man. It freaks me out.
Took a couple tries, and I was fine.
Oh.
I've
got like a sensory thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't wear any jewelry because I can't. Like, it will bug me all day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't wear rings, bracelets, or necklaces or anything like that because it freaks me out. I don't know if it's like I'm on the spectrum sort of thing, if that, or like whatever it is, or like OCD maybe, but like, so like the idea of like putting something in my eye like that, I'd pass out.
See, my pass out thing is like blood.
Oh, you're like squeamish
so
to like.
I can't. I like your tattoos. I can't do big tattoos. I have these little ones, like little baby ones. And
on your wrist there.
Like this is a little sun. It's about the size of maybe like a dime.
I'd say, yeah.
And it took maybe 17 seconds to do.
Yep.
And I almost passed out.
Whoa.
And it was just like, man, I would love to have tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, I have had a couple stick and pokes, which are like, they are known to hurt more. So I was like, okay, I'll just. But like Jill, one day it was like an anniversary present. She got me like something like a $200 tattoo coupon, and this was 2 years ago.
And you're like,
and I'm like,
thanks, Jill.
I can't. I want tattoos. I love how they look, and I'm like, man, I'd be covered. Like, I love it. They're also expensive, but this like even like the thought of blood, like sometimes.
So don't think about it. I don't want you to pass out.
No,
you're on the bed, so you're fine.
Yeah, I'm on the pass out. Yeah, I just sleep here.
You'd be the first guest to ever pass out on the show.
It's like, that I was gonna say gets in the way. The only thing that really gets in the way of is me having tattoos. But I worked in a kitchen when I was in high school, and I cut my finger once peeling onions, and I had to go sit in the office.
Damn.
Because I was like, I'm gonna pass out, and I just pulled up my phone and like pulled up a game and did something just to get my mind off.
To get your mind
like
off
COVID shots every time I'm like squeezing Jill's hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm like, fuck it. There's a thing in my arm. There's a thing in my arm. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was about to ask you like how you are with like actual needles.
No, I'm terrible.
Yeah. So it's funny. Like, I hate needles.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But tattoos, I'm totally
you
fine with.
Tattoos, eh?
I'm totally like I'm covered.
Interesting.
So it's like I'm totally fine with that, because I know the needle is only like this big, and like after the first one, I'm like, oh, it wasn't even that bad.
I've only gotten tattoos on painful places, like right on my wrists, or I have one on my ankle.
Yeah, you picked the worst places.
And so, but then if I'm like, okay, I'll get a $200 tattoo, maybe it'll be like 3 by 2 inches, and if they get 10 minutes in, I'm like, I can't do this. Then I just have like an outline of a bottom. Like So I have to. To me, it's not even as much the pain; it's thinking about the pain. It's thinking about the needle.
You just gotta tune out, man. You gotta like get.
I want to just be sedated. Is that what when they put you under? Just put me under for.
Just put me under, bro.
Half an hour. Do my tattoo.
Just do it and get it over with.
I don't know why that's not a thing. I maybe because most people can.
Some legality issues there, maybe.
No, but I'll do it. I'll walk. I guess then you can't. I don't know. I wonder, because there must be like other people who are like me.
Well,
like
most
needle
places
wimpy.
don't have like an anesthesia person working.
Maybe I'll go to one beside a dentist.
You could, like laughing gas.
Yeah, just give me some gas and put me under.
Bro. Yeah, and then
I wake up and my arm just hurts, and I'm like, oh well.
Oh, the tattoo's done. It's great. Done. It looks great. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like the first tattoo I got to stick and poke. I was like, can I drink a lot before this? It was like, no, it thins out your blood. You're gonna bleed a lot.
Yeah, which will make it worse for you.
So I'm like, I just have to feel this. Yeah. And that one is like different because it didn't take very long. It's also like part of the joke is how much it hurts. So it's like, okay, this is like crazy. But like, they feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to get tattoos. It's gonna take about 2 hours. Like, I don't think I can do. I might pass out, and then while I'm out, just do it quickly.
Just finish it while I'm passed out.
Maybe that
would work. My longest tattoo is 8 hours. And it's the one on my leg here. You can't really see it.
I can't imagine. But it looks great. And it's like, I wish I could have that.
For those just listening, I have a big tattoo of a raven on my calf. That's probably like, I don't know, 10 inches, 15 inches long by like 4 inches wide. It's a big piece. And it's very dark. Like, it's black. It's a raven. So it's all shaded in. And yeah, it took me like, I think it was 8 hours.
I can't.
So it was 4 hours on. Then we took a half an hour break and then another 4 hours. And that one was probably the worst one I've ever gotten, just because it was so long. It was like the shading of the black, like packing it in again and again and again was like so irritating on my skin. But like, I feel like for me personally, like whenever you get like an hour in and I'm like, oh, I don't even feel it anymore. You just get, my body just gets used to it.
Maybe I would. I don't know if it is the physical pain, like if it's something I can endure, or if it's a mental thing.
I think it's just a mental thing, man.
I think it is, because if I think about getting a shot, like if they're like, oh, you're getting a checkup, we have to do a shot today, my palms will get all sweaty and like oh
knees
no,
weak, arms are heavy.
Yeah, I start rapping.
Bust out. Right?
When I had like COVID shots with Jill, I was like, okay, while I'm getting this for the next like 25 seconds, I have to I'm gonna tell you a story.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so last week I met someone who had never been outside of Toronto, and I would just like think of a story. It's something that kept my mind occupied. Did we lose it? Did we die?
No, we're good.
Computer's not dead.
We're good.
So my mind has to be occupied, and then I feel it, and it's like, oh my god, I feel it. I know it's happening. But maybe I don't know how to work up. Actually, I've never cared enough to really look into it. Maybe there's ways to do it easily. Hypnosis.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure, I don't care. Just give me some cool tattoos.
Here's something that was funny that my friend told me once. It was before my first tattoos. I was like 16, 17 maybe. I forged my parents' signature to get a tattoo.
Crazy.
It was the one on my arm here of the tree. That was my first one I ever got.
Sweet.
And my friend told me, he's like, the best way I can describe a tattoo, because his brother told him this, was it's like having a really bad sunburn and a cat just like scratching at it. He's like, if you can imagine what that feels like, that's what a tattoo is. And I was like, okay, it doesn't sound it sounds annoying, but it doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, after my first tattoo, I was like, that was the most accurate description of a tattoo ever in my life. Because it literally just feels like a cat scratching at your sunburn. But then like after the first,
that doesn't sound as bad as getting a COVID shot.
Not nearly as bad. Dude, so like I sympathize with you on the COVID shot because like my first COVID shot, I almost passed out.
Yeah,
and they had to wheelchair me to a separate area of the facility and then give me like apple juice and cookies. They're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." You know, like just embarrassed.
I'll take another cookie.
I'll take another cookie though to like get my sugar up because apparently I had like a blood sugar spike or something like that, and that's why I was almost passing out.
Interesting.
My dumbass probably went with an empty stomach, so that's probably why I almost fainted. But yeah, they were like, your blood sugar's low, like you need to eat more sugar, and I was like, okay. So then they gave me juice and cookies, and I was fine. But the second one, I like drank a gallon of apple juice and had like a whole thing of 2-bite brownies, and I was like, I'm good to go. I was hopped up on sugar, and then they stuck it in, and I was like, and I got through it just fine.
Yeah, I don't like.
Anyways. I love the tangent we just went on about all of that. That's great. I'm keeping all that in. Trevor, for those that are tuning in to this episode of Mental Break, let them know like a little bit about yourself, like who you are and why you're on the show.
So I'm my name's Trevor, and I live here in Toronto. The work I've been doing for a while now is focusing on live shows and sort of coaching and coaching artists and producing shows, and it's almost like a musical director, but it's instead of the music, it's the performance. So sort of performance directing, as well as playing instruments for like guitar for different artists while they're doing shows, and that's been sort of the work I've been doing lately. Is generally performance coaching, and it's sick. It's so much fun. I used to play music, sort of my own music, and be in bands. And I didn't realize until COVID that performance was the thing that I really loved. I remember I had a buddy who asked me to work merch for a show at the Phoenix here in Toronto. So it's about a couple hundred people at the show. And the artist was performing. It wasn't someone I knew. And they sold it out. They were selling tons of merch. And they went on stage, and the show was just like, there was not a show. It was just standing there and singing. And it's like, man, you sold out the Phoenix. Like, like I get like local bands not having, have developed that yet or having the budget to work with someone. And I was like, this show I don't feel like is very good. And I thought this thing would make it better. Or if she did this, that would like, people would be so excited. And I thought, oh, maybe there's something here. Like if I can be seeing this show, this person who's like, I none of my music I would never sell at the Phoenix. Like my shows were so small. But if I could contribute to someone who is selling at the Phoenix, maybe I could make income doing this. Like,
sure.
And started trying, and I think there's a desperate need for it in the industry. Like it's the way everyone makes money, and people put no money into it, besides maybe a lighting guy and rehearsal fees. It seems like. Yeah. But we'll like spend $5,000 on an EP, and it's like, like I wonder, maybe there's something here, and it's been really great. Like developing this sort of niche thing and making content about it, and working with folks around the city and around North America at this point online.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I love it.
It sounds kind of like performance coaching / like MDing.
Yeah, it's a mix of both.
What it sounds like to me, anyways, which is cool.
In the most technical way possible, I care very little about the music.
Okay. It's more just like the performance.
The music
of it.
needs to be great. The music to me needs to be, if there's not a problem, I'm not touching it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be, hey, like this bass tone, but actually, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. You're like,
I very seldom would instruct someone on how to play something. It's like, if you learn the song, you know how to play the song? Yes, good. Okay, it's good.
mm-hmm.
But I can run Ableton. Like if we want to do a song differently for this type of show, like, okay, maybe let's have you playing acoustic instead of electric. But as far as how are we going to arrange this? You recorded this in a studio with 18 different instruments and there's only 5 people on stage.
Yeah.
How are we going to arrange this? It has to sound good, but my concern is more what role does this song play in the show?
Right.
As a 3.5 minute thing that you're doing on a stage, rather than how does this sound?
Yeah.
It has to sound good. After that, like, okay, let's get to the thing I want to work on.
Yeah.
That's
the
how
performance
I feel about
aspect
it.
of it, right?
Yes. So everything from like, who is this performer? How do they communicate who they are? How do they captivate people? And how do they do memorable things? I think that the only genres where people are there just to listen to music is maybe like classical, traditional, and jazz.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's like a show.
See, that's like a sit down vibe where it's like you just watch the band and the band can just sit there.
No,
and
I'm
play.
talking listen. Like when I go see a classical thing at the Roy Thompson, I'll close my eyes.
Right.
There's nothing happening. I'm
You don't need to be
400
watching.
feet back from an orchestra.
Sure.
Where the show is, there's a solo on this violin. I can't see the guy's fingers.
Right.
I might as well close my eyes. What I'm hearing is incredible.
Yes.
But it's a listen, not a show.
Got it.
Some jazz, if they're playing standards, I'm just there to listen.
Yeah.
Maybe some like traditional like folk music, but otherwise like it's a show. So if I'm sitting down and I'm watching like a singer-songwriter thing, there's still like, I think communication is something like 65% visual.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with that 65%? The words you're saying are a portion of that 35%. The music you're playing is a portion of that 35%. But like, what are you showing me?
Right.
And on top of that, like, what are you doing with the music that you have? How are you fitting that into the context and medium of live music to make it more compelling? And there are elements that I think can be applied to every genre, but it's really about like, who is this performer and what are they trying to say with this show? In the same way a producer would ask, who is this performer and what are they trying to say with this record?
Totally.
It's the same thing. It's just through the medium of live performance instead of the medium of recorded music.
Totally, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I'm sure we can go on and on about this. I do want to talk more about this because it's like your bread and butter, obviously.
Yeah,
now.
I love it.
And like me being an artist as well, like obviously I definitely want to talk to you more about this for sure.
Yeah.
Because I went to Seneca for music. I went to the independent songwriting and performance program, where it's like literally catered to like build you as an artist. Essentially, like they built a whole program course for aspiring artists that want to make that career. So all the courses I took were tailored towards being an artist full time and like how you can do that.
Yeah.
And I had a performance coach.
Okay. Who was it?
It was Mika Barnes.
I know Mika Barnes. Okay.
Yeah, and so he runs his own like studio outside of the program of Seneca, but he also
the Singers Playground.
Singers Playground.
Yes.
Shout out Mika if you're watching.
Yeah. I know like 4 performance coaches.
Yeah, and he's one of them.
It's such a minimal industry.
You know what I mean?
Niche,
especially here in Toronto.
Yeah.
So I was trained by him in the program, and so like everything you just described is basically what I remember learning from him in the program and what I applied now, being in a band for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And a lot of trial and error as most artists go through to find their live performance elements or whatever you want to call them, right? And so for me nowadays, it's like the thought that I have in my head, Trev, is like, can I call you Trev?
Trev's great.
Okay. The thought that I have in my head, Trev, is like, what's gonna make someone come back to see us? That's always the question in my mind, and like how I build Wishwell's live performance is like, A, how are we going to separate ourselves from the people that just stand there? which is not honestly much. You could move around a little bit and still be different than them, but like you got to do more than that. And then B, like, there's 3 really. B is like, why is someone gonna come and see you play live other than just listen to your stuff on streaming? Like, what are you gonna do differently live that'll make them come back to see you rather than just putting on a record at home of your recordings or listening on streaming or whatever? And then 3, it's like, you got to give them something to remember. So when they go home, they go, I remember Wishwell. They did that cool thing, and I can't wait to see them again because that thing was like awesome. Like I want someone to remember our set.
Yep.
And tell their friends about it, and then that grows, right? So those are my 3 philosophies of building like our live performance in Wishwell. I'm curious to see like where that kind of sits with you going to this performance coaching career that you're going into.
It's similar to my 3 things.
Let's go.
My 3 things are a performer who's practiced and able to be themselves.
Yes.
Or practiced in able to being themselves. So a performer who is comfortable enough to be themselves on stage and can mentally put themselves in a place where that's possible, but also practiced in the medium of live performance to know how to convey that on a stage.
Totally.
So being yourself does not mean just feeling comfortable in the context of a show. I think it means feeling comfortable and communicating that. So like banter is one way to do that.
Stage banter is
crucial. Banter is a big thing. How you move on stage, and the ability to mentally put yourself where you need to be to perform a piece of music. So in a similar way where if an actor has to do a scene that's sad about someone losing their love, they'll think of something that puts them in a place where they feel like the character is supposed to feel. And I think that method I try to use because you can get more specific. For the general of the show, it's like feel in a place where you are yourself. So I always say, like, when you've had a few drinks with your friends, or maybe you're at a game night, or you're with family, and you're just being your cringiest self. Yeah. Like, that's the good spot. 100%. That's where you're like, everyone's shouting at the board game, and you're going like, you're making sound effects, and no one's stopping and going, why would you say that? It's honest. It's like, I always say when you're dancing at a club and you're a few drinks in, I'm like, who is that doesn't care, that's dancing like nobody's watching? Yes. Who's that person, and how can you turn that on before a show? So that's the first thing. Yeah, man. The second thing is being able to captivate and engage with people. And I think these are big things and little things. I think something that makes a show more engaging is like how are you moving during the song to show audiences what to pay attention to. This is called audience direction. So if you have a 3.5 minute song and it's like high energy rock song the whole way through, what's visually dynamic about it, and choosing what to show that showcases that, right? As well as like interacting with the crowd is different. This is different for every like artist or band, but totally this sort of idea of like we're in a room together. That I feel like that comes after. I think these are also in order of importance. So that comes after when you know who you are and you're comfortable being yourself. And then the third thing is creating memorable moments. Ding ding ding. So that's kind of what more are you talking about. So these can be like little things. So a moment could just be like we extended this guitar solo and had the guitar player walk to the front of the stage. It could be you set the drums on fire. That's crazy. I like that idea. There's a lot of this is like a sandbox where you can do anything. For sure. But the shows that I saw 10 years ago that I still think about, I still think about them because of what happened, not because of how the music sounded. Right. It had to sound great. That's like the standard you have to hit. Bare minimum. But I remember this show because of this thing that happened. Or I remember that show because the singer did this in the encore. Yeah. And I think those are the three elements that I'll use. Sure, man. And in order of importance, a performer who knows how to be themselves on stage, being captivating and engaging, and then creating memorable moments.
I think we're pretty much aligned on that.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
But I'm
We
glad
said
to
it,
hear
said it in
both
different
perspectives,
words.
though. Yeah, different words,
Yeah.
but same kind of end meeting, I think, for
both,
the most
both
part.
will make a great show.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome to hear, man. And like, if anyone watching or listening is an artist or in a band or any philosophy that this applies to, like being better at your craft, right? And like, these are the 3 things you'd work on. I'm sure you could apply them to many things other than just live music. Maybe not, but sure, certain aspects.
There's a real value in, and it's hard and it takes time, but knowing who you are and then knowing how to communicate that.
Right.
Or knowing what your project is and how to communicate it.
Yeah.
And I think when folks don't know how to do that, that's when it can either feel cringy or it can come off cringy.
Or inauthentic.
Yeah, cringy is kind of the wrong word. Inauthentic is a better word. Where you're like, I don't know why, but I don't really like this guy's vibe. I think a lot of the times because the artist is trying to play something or be something they don't understand or they don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I stopped performing as an artist. Like, I don't really know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I don't really have a thing to say. Like, Wishwell, you have a thing you're trying to say.
We have a mission statement.
That's I would say the most important thing to an artist is, I think art is honesty.
Yeah.
And craft is communication.
And don't treat the audience stupid. Like, that's something else that, like, I've never taken that for granted, but I've seen other bands take it for granted. Where they, I don't. Stupid's a strong word, but like they treat the audience like they don't know. The audience knows. The audience always knows.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out if the chemistry's on stage or not, or if the vibe is on stage or not.
Yeah.
Like, that's very readable as an audience member. Like, as someone else like me, I go to concerts all the time. If I'm not doing the multitude of things I told you about downstairs off camera, I'm at shows.
Yeah.
And so, like, I see it all the time, right? And like, I know good shows and I know bad shows. And the good shows, the vibe is there. They're doing all the things that we just described to a T, and they're creating those moments, and it's like, that's a show. And I'll come back and see those bands again and again and again because they know what they're doing. And it's the other, not to shit on any bands, but just like, it takes time and effort and work, obviously. But there's some bands out there that just like take it for granted, and they play their audience like they're dumb. And it's like, no, man, like, you can't get away with that shit. Like, the audience knows. You have to create that space for them, and they're gonna vibe, or they're gonna see that you're being disingenuine. You know what I mean? And they're gonna pick up on that. And they'll be like, oh, this person's so lame. Like, they're not being themselves properly, or they're wearing this facade, or whatever it might be, right? So it's a whole thing.
I think audiences will just feel like, I don't really connect with that band.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they'll forget the band.
Exactly.
And
you've missed the mark.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah. But hey, we could talk about this forever, I'm sure.
That's all I do.
You're doing a podcast soon too, from what I've heard.
I'm gonna start it right now, figuring out a studio location and some of the technical stuff around it.
Yeah.
But it's going to hopefully be.
If you need a guest on the show,
fall.
I'll throw my hat in the ring, dude. I would love to be on it.
Sick. Perfect. Okay.
So I could talk about this
pod
forever.
For pod.
Do pod for pod.
Yeah.
You came on my pod, I go on your pod.
Sure.
Yeah. I've done that so many times doing this show, which is so cool. We just trade pods.
That's so fun.
It's awesome, man. But no, if you ever need a guest, I'm more than happy to come on.
I don't know when it's gonna start, but this fall.
Count me in, brother.
Thanks, dude.
Count me in, dude. So let's get on track for this podcast.
Yeah.
I enjoyed talking about it, but I don't want to be like the whole podcast be about music. And everyone's like, I came here with mental health, guys. Yeah. So I want to touch upon one thing before we get into like the mental health aspect of it. I always kind of like to tell the audience who've been with me since day one of me doing this podcast, like the relationship between us, because I feel like that helps establish a little bit for them too, right? So for me, and like, I don't want this to come off in any sort of way, but I discovered you through social media, because of Charlie the Kid.
Yeah, this solo sort of singer-songwriter.
Yeah, and
persona
so you were on the launch.
CTV's The Launch Season 2.
Yes. So I don't even know how you came across my radar, but like, whether it was probably just through social media channels or like a friend of mine said something or whatever, but like you've been in my like ether
Yeah,
you know,
interesting.
My environment, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
for quite a while since your solo thing, and like you've always been this guy that I knew in Toronto. It's like, oh, that's Charlie the Kid.
Yeah.
That's that Trevor guy, you know, like, so it's like it's cool now in my room here, like having you here talking.
Yeah,
to
you're like,
you,
this
but,
guy I've known for
full
6
circle,
years.
you know what I mean? Like, and I've like weirdly and parasocially seen you. You know,
yeah.
It, like,
no, it's true though.
Just being nice about it, but like it's like parasocially, I've just seen you grow through your transitions into
so
where you're at
nice.
now, dude. And like, so it's an honor, like getting to finally like chill with you,
Thanks, dude.
and it not just be like an internet thing, you know. So, and like I've bumped into you a few times in person, like here and there. Like we used to go to the Fam Jams, you know, at supermarkets. So I've definitely seen you play there, and you've seen me sing there and stuff like that. So like, we've had our instances of like being in the same spaces, but like never like in this kind of context before. Obviously,
have you been to the Drom Fam Jam?
I haven't yet.
No, new location.
Yeah,
very
they just
cool.
moved to Drom. Shout out to Drom. Drom's awesome.
Drom's great.
No, I haven't gone to the new location yet. I was a supermarket guy through and through, but maybe I'll check it out.
That's cool that, yeah, because a lot of the folks I know now post pandemic are like, I don't even know if they even have seen me sing a song on stage before, like perform or anything.
Right.
So that was sort of like, yeah, this solo singer songwriter stuff is kind of like funny music, sort of died with the pandemic. And yeah, just hadn't really had an interest in doing that. And that was something that was messing with me for a while. Was like, in the pandemic, I was like, do I even like this, like, music?
Yeah.
Like, why have I been doing this for 6 years and I've only put out 2 songs? Like, how come I feel like I'm doing the same thing. I feel like I have these projects that I want to do, and then I'll drop it after a week, and like, do I even want this? And I watched this documentary called Austin to Boston. Okay. Have you heard of this?
I haven't.
So this is following a group of musicians who are on tour from South by in Austin to a show in Boston.
Okay.
Austin to Boston.
Austin to Boston makes sense.
And it's a small tour along the way. It's like 12 dates or something like that. And they're in these 6 old Volkswagen vans.
Okay.
And it's musicians. I think it's Ben Howard. It's the Staves. It's one of the guys from Old Crow Medicine Show.
Oh, nice.
Nathaniel Rateliff. I think the banjo player from the Mumford & Sons is there, like tour managing.
Okay. This is a crazy
so it's like, it's
bunch of people.
Yeah, they're cool. They're good. They're doing like real shows and and I watched it and I just like was like, oh, that's what I love. And it shows them getting ready for the shows. It shows them doing interviews. It shows them meeting fans. It shows them performing. And I was like, that's the thing. Like, I missed that. And it was like, okay, what I want to do has to be something in performing.
Got it.
And I don't think I need to be the artist. I don't think I need to, because I think the thing that I felt like, I don't know if it's the same, the sort of 2 thoughts I had is like, maybe I don't have the thing that artists have of like, I feel like artists want to say something and share something. And maybe I just didn't have the confidence in what I wanted to say to feel it was worth sharing. But I also have, now that I work with folks on their shows, I'm like, I want to say something with this. And the artist is like, we're like together in like, I like the idea of like a sandbox. Like, we can do whatever we want here. Yeah,
you could build whatever you need to.
You want to say this. Okay, I like that idea. I agree with that. How can I contribute? That feels like my artistry is
you're more of like a collaborator shows. Now.
Yeah, like a producer.
Yeah,
like a producer can make beats, and some of them are artists too, but a lot of them are like, let's do something together, and I'll help your vision and get excited about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's sort of where I live now.
You like the teamwork aspect of it all.
Yeah. Like by myself, if I was like by myself and someone's like, I need you to build me a show, like this is my music, I think that alone, I would be like, yeah, okay, give me 6 hours, I'll sit down, I'll write out your show, I'll come up with the moments and da. Like that's, I think live shows I think about every day, and I think of like, oh, this would be cool if we did this this way. So like I'm sort of obsessed about that in my own time.
Yeah.
But what are you trying to say? That's something I didn't really feel. That's why a lot of my music was funny.
Right.
So I was like, oh, this kind of hides an insecurity. And when I was on the launch, which is like a singing, kind of like Canadian Idol type show, one of the judges said, "Are you trying to be funny because you're actually like insecure and you're just hiding that?"
Whoa!
And I went, no, are you nuts?
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, dude, that's it. And he just saw right through it right away.
He just read you, man.
And I'm like, damn
read
it,
you like a book.
Scott Bruschetta. Yeah, he saw it, and it was like, oh, maybe I have some work to do before I try to write songs, because writing songs was just a vehicle to being on a stage.
Right.
I didn't like writing songs. I just wanted to play shows, and you have to have songs to play shows.
Interesting.
So I guess I'll write songs and get that out of the way.
Well, if you liked comedy, you could have been a stand-up comedian. That's still stage.
I didn't like comedy. I was just insecure. I just had a method of getting people to like me that worked since I was a little kid. Yeah.
Defense mechanism.
No, it's just like this. Hey, this worked when I was 5, and it worked throughout middle school and high school. It's like, oh, I guess I'll just try to be funny.
Right.
And then after a while, people are like, yeah, well, what are you trying to say?
Yeah,
I don't know.
What's the truth, though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's kind of how we vaguely know each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure we're going to know each other a lot better now.
Yeah.
So I like to kick things off, because now we should probably get into the mental health of it all now.
Yep.
Because that's, the point
At
of
this
the
point,
podcast.
halfway through.
I think we're halfway through the show.
Yeah.
And we haven't even touched on it, so let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So Trevor, maybe base level, tell us like if you've been diagnosed with anything, or even if you haven't been diagnosed, it doesn't matter. Like, what do you feel like you suffer from in the mental health department? And kind of just give us like a brief overall of that, so that people have like an introduction to where you are with your mental health journey.
Sure. I think the, I don't know, most maybe valuable to show here is like six months ago I was diagnosed with ADHD, and then started taking medication for that, and that was a big turning point from what I thought. I thought, oh, I'm just depressed, or I'm just anxious, or I'm just lazy, or something like that. Tried depression meds, tried anxiety meds. Works a little bit, but not really. And after my wife repeatedly asking me to get checked, I it has not cheap, but paid for the assessment online and talked with the doctor, and they're like, yep, like 98% of the questions you answered like point in this direction, I can say you have ADHD. And I was like, okay, sick. Like, now I know.
You got a face to the name.
Yes. Started taking meds for that, and then found a dosage that was right. Like, it's like Goldilocks, where this was too hot, this one was too cold. Go in the middle. I'm good. Yeah. And since then have been like making effort on my like diet and sleep and exercise, and I'm like, oh wow, this stuff is also really helping. From someone who doesn't have a boss and hasn't, kind of how some gigs I do, I have a boss, but like I have to drive the ship a lot myself, and just sitting at home and having to sort of do that was really tough, and is still tough, but I found like, oh, this thing is really helping. Because like I think every musician I know, I have been feeling really down and have had really hard times, and COVID was hard for everybody in different ways.
Yeah, totally.
But this was sort of the main thing that I feel like, I don't know, that has impacted me. I suppose there's maybe I think I will say, and maybe some folks listening feel the same, that I'll maybe downplay things that I go through because I feel like, oh, it's not a big deal, or other people have it harder.
The art of comparison.
Yes. I'm in therapy pretty regularly now.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
And yeah, I started going 6-7 years ago.
I think that's
just
good.
Like
that's good.
The first wave of anxiety was during the height of popularity of the sort of climate attention. And just going to a therapist and saying, I don't know, like how am I supposed to navigate these feelings?
Yeah.
And had different therapists with different methods, and that this was years ago, and now it's helping with, I'm married, so there's like, that's a big part of life that requires a lot of work. Yeah. And learning how someone else navigates the world, who has their own set of shit that they deal with, has been like,
yep.
Oh, maybe I do this thing actually in a really unhealthy way. Like, like your way, you seem fine with this thing. Yeah, how do you do it? Yeah, I don't know if that's sort of the general thing, but feeling like the sort of diagnosis and treatment for ADHD has been a big help over the past few months. Maybe
walk us back to, like, the way I like to describe this is kind of like a timeline almost of, like, because you were diagnosed with ADHD like 6 months ago, you said, right? So
yeah.
But that means you probably had it for a long time in your life and didn't realize it,
29
right?
years and
so
29 years and 2 weeks.
There you go.
Yep.
So happy belated birthday.
No, this was like late December. I'm a December baby. I got diagnosed in December.
Okay, all right.
I've had it untreated. Then I had 6 months treated.
Okay, all right, got it. Math.
Yeah. There we go. We're together now.
But yeah, so presumably, like, you've been dealing with this, like, symptoms of it for a while without knowing the actuality of it or the name of it or whatever it was, right? Thinking it was depression or anxiety. So, like, maybe take us back to, like, moments in your life. I mean, if you can remember some parts in your life in your childhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be interesting to get back to, and, like, maybe where you started seeing these things pop up in your life. And, like, if you have any sort of, like, touchstone, like, milestones of moments in your life that you could pick out of, like, oh, there's where the anxiety played a role. There's where depression played a role. These were, like, symptoms of ADHD I didn't realize I had that was affecting my life. Like, maybe just walk us through that kind of journey.
Being a kid, I remember being sent into the hallway a lot for talking and disrupting, things like that. I was always very nice, like I was always very kind and very, like, conflict avoidant and still now, like, I don't give anyone a hard time for anything, but I would just talk a lot.
Yeah.
And just cause shit in class.
Just a chatterbox.
Chatterbox, big time. Trev, go sit in the hallway. Trev, stop talking. Trev, you have attention, like all that.
Yeah.
And that was as early as grade 1. As like into, like, high school, one of the things with ADHD is that there's different things that affect different people differently.
Yeah.
But to what I understand, how it works is the reward center, I don't exactly know.
Sure.
Of your brain just receives dopamine, I think, a little differently. So I should know a bit more, so I'm not going to get into, like, different parts of the brain.
Hey, you know as much as you know, and that's all that matters. You describe it the best.
No, but if I'm talking to a microphone, I want to be able to say it with accuracy, especially if I'm talking about, like, the human body and people are listening. I think they might have this too, so I want to be accurate. But
you're on this podcast, bro. This is, like, speak your truth, brother.
Fair.
Speak your word. Doesn't mean that. Okay, let's just preface.
Google this after I say it.
Yes. Take this with a grain of salt. This is just Trevor's experience.
Yes.
Now, go.
Your ability to self-motivate is difficult, and throughout high school, college, was very procrastinate for everything.
Yeah.
So would cram before an exam, before a test, for things I didn't care about and things, like, I did care about. And that bled into, like, my relationship and then marriage.
Yeah.
There'd be something that would happen that would really upset my wife, and she would say, like, why, like, do you not care that you did this thing that hurts me? I was like, no, I do care. Like, I'm being honest. I know I care.
Yeah.
I know you've told me. Like, why did I do this thing? Or why do I have this pattern repeatedly of doing this? And it was all things that require attention.
Right.
And require remembering something. And if a task is mundane or difficult, but like I can see it right away and do it, I would do anything. And like for her, I would do anything, and for her, and it's some parts it's like, remember we would kind of argue, and I'd feel like I'm such a, or she would say this, I'm not trying to, but like, you're a really good husband in 90% of the ways.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you do this thing? It's like, so like, it feels inconsiderate. I'm like, no, I know I'm considerate. I really pride myself on that. But it was things that required prolonged attention or remembering something. And that now it's not professional life or school anymore. It's like my marriage.
Right.
And Jill has people in her family with ADHD
who
struggled and found help. And she would ask me, like, I think you have this, maybe I don't want to overstep. Also, she's my wife. She can't overstep like on that. So it's like, please get tested.
Yeah, please tell me.
After a while I did. I started doing just like the free online tests, and they, after 2 or 3 of them saying, yes, you definitely have ADHD, I sought a professional who confirmed, yeah, you have ADHD.
Yeah.
And started taking, like, do you want to try medication? I was like, yeah, put me on right away.
Yeah.
And found medication, and it kind of worked, and then upped the dosage, and it kind of worked better. Up the dosage, it worked well, but then I started feeling negative side effects, which for me were just like kind of apathy. I kind of was just indifferent to things, and was out with my wife somewhere, and it was like this vacation we'd be looking forward to, and I'm like, I kind of don't care that we're here.
Interesting.
I was like, I think I'm gonna go back down.
Yeah.
And then the apathy went away, and then I could focus a little less, but it was like a happy middle.
Right.
And after doing that for a couple weeks and finding a good spot, I thought, okay, well, now I have this thing helping me. I have to now try to put in a bit more work in my own
other aspects of your life.
Yeah, so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try to nail down my diet. And I was never really a generally healthy person, but I was like fine.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'm going to listen to podcasts and talk to my doctor and and find things that would be good for me. And I created a morning diet and a morning routine that was like really great. So for me, like what works for me is I'll wake up. Some of it sounds silly.
Go for it.
I'll do a shot of water.
A shot of water?
With salt.
Ooh, a shot of salt water.
Salt water, to what I understand, in the morning is good. It's good for hydration. A lot of hydration drinks have really high sodium.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but a friend is like, just shoot it. Because I don't like how salt water tastes. Like, put some lemon in it.
Yeah.
So I shoot some really high level salt water, and then I chug a big glass of water. And then I'll have a smoothie with protein.
Nice.
I use a scoop of vegan protein with like protein almond or cashew milk or something. And then put banana.
What's the flavor? Yeah, banana.
Or an avocado, apple, fruit, blueberries.
An avocado, thanks.
Avocado, thanks. That's what my gut says. Because I heard gut health is good for focus. That's what the whole goal of me doing this for. Is like take it. So I was like, okay, so do all that. And then I have to focus on protein in the morning, which is an active activator, to what I understand, for the medication I'm on. So I have 2 eggs every morning. And then I try to aim for an hour to 90 minutes after I wake up. I'll have my caffeine. And the caffeine that I use, my thing of choice, is a double espresso can from Starbucks. So it's a high sugar drink. It's like a focus energy drink.
Okay.
You know, some of them have like help with focus.
Sure.
Dude, it works.
Hey, man.
It works, and I it's like, I have a friend who's a kind of a health nut guy, and I talked to him about it, and he's like, it is high sugar, but other than that, the ingredients in it are pretty spot on.
Okay.
And if it works for you,
hey man, if it works for you, it works for you.
It works.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, great. So then I have that.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll have a second cup of coffee. But if I don't have that, my focus takes a hit.
Really? Eh?
Yes. And I don't know that if I wasn't medicated, like, is it just like having a high protein in the morning would help similar to my medication? Is it that it activates medication? I'm not exactly sure, but I know that, okay, now I'm medicated. Now things are a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was drowning. I got this life raft of medication. Right. I'm going to try to learn how to swim and build that skill, you know.
Right.
And I'm not very consistent with it, but like decent sleep, decent exercise, but the morning routine, like diet, is like pretty spot on.
I want you to describe that drowning feeling.
Well,
I'm curious about that, what that means.
For me, like drowning for me felt like I've been trying to do music in some capacity professionally for 13 years.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I haven't felt this way in a while now, like, but the feeling was just like I just can't move forward.
Right.
I'm doing the same shit I've been doing for years, almost like over a decade. It's like, why am I still doing these shitty gigs, or like why am I not like progressing? And it just felt like drowning. And then it's getting to a point where like, hey, now you're in your late 20s, you haven't really like moved as much as you wanted to. Like, what are you doing with your life?
Right.
Like trying to get married, like at some point have a kid and buy a house. It's like,
yeah,
like what the fuck am I doing? Like that really hurt, feeling that way for a long time. And I'm sure a lot of people
relate to
in
that
the arts
for sure.
Feel that way. And it was like, yeah, it just felt like I just couldn't there's like a GIF I saw, or like a TikTok or something, where it's like someone's chained to the bottom of like a really shallow river, that's a wave will come and they go underwater, and then the opposite of when the wave is high, it goes down, the waves go up and down. So the top of the wave, they're underwater, the bottom of the wave comes, they get a breath, and then the wave comes up again.
Right.
And I remember feeling like that. Like, I get paid, I pay off like my credit card bill for the month, and I have $0, and I do that again for a month. Like, I feel like I'm just like able to stay afloat,
just scraping by, almost
making music, and like not even financially alone, but just like I'm not like I'm just hitting the bare minimum amount of work I want to do, and it's like I feel like I'm not progressing, and it just felt like shit.
And do you feel like a lot of that was attributed by your ADHD?
I think a combination of that, and then feeling like if I'm feeling insecure, it's like, okay, well, I have to feel secure, so I'm gonna like be funny, so my stuff's gonna be funny, so I'm not actually gonna write something that's honest.
Right.
And that's a part of it. A part of feeling like I don't know, it's so much mental health, but like big people pleaser.
Yeah, that's part of mental health.
And was like super conflict avoidant like my whole life, even now still.
Yeah. Not
so much to a detriment, but like I think it becomes a detriment when you're not being honest with yourself.
For sure, man. And
feeling like I don't even know who I am.
That's a big question.
Like I have an idea of like what people want me to be, and what works, and what gets me out of trouble, and in school, like what gets me not bullied.
Right.
In school, I was.
Were you bullied in school?
No, because I was good at getting away from it. Because I was a chameleon, you know.
You just blended in.
Oh yeah, someone made fun of me. I just like was good at like being like whatever, instead of saying don't call me that, and they're like, okay, we can pick on this guy.
Right.
Like I had a friend who was like if someone picked on him, he'd get really angry, and then it was like, oh, this guy's fun to pick on.
Right.
So I was like, hey, I'm gonna
not do that.
Yeah. So someone bothers me, I just like, well, whatever, man. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Just try to be everybody's friend, and it worked. And it was like sick. I don't get bullied. Like, I can like kind of hang out with any group, like the music kids, like the popular kids, or sport. Like I could blend in at any
clique
function. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't have like. I don't have any friends that I still talk to who are like close friends from school, because I didn't make close friends, because I wasn't like. I feel like there was very little opportunity for people to get to really know me, and then to become really close friends.
Right.
So yeah, kind of like a chameleon kid. So I didn't really get bullied because I was good at getting around.
Sure.
What bullies would try to do.
Did you ever feel like you were wearing like a mask? It sounds like you were masking a lot of.
I think wearing a mask implies that you know what the face is under it.
So you didn't even know what the face was?
No, and even still now, sometimes like I feel a bit like, okay, if I wasn't a husband and I wasn't in music, it's like, what am I?
Damn.
And there's a big part of not wanting to give up on being an artist.
That's because like, you attached a lot of your self-worth to that.
That's my whole identity.
Yeah.
If I'm not a singer,
with that too, man.
Then what am I? If I have to find, what are my personality traits? I don't know.
What is my purpose?
Purpose. That's, yeah, I wasn't even that big yet. Of like not even thinking that big, just like, what's my day-to-day supposed to look like?
Oh, I think about purpose all the time.
Purpose. Like, logistically, I'm not excited for it yet. I know it will come, but like to be a dad one day.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be sick.
You're going to find purpose in being a father.
Oh, because it's going to be like, who gives a shit what people think of
anything
on
else,
Instagram?
Yeah.
Like I have family that are now having kids, and it's like, oh, I get it. Like, I was so pushed, I'm never going to be a dad. I don't want kids, blah, blah, blah. And then I hung out with, like, my nephew, and I was like, I get it. I get it. This, I would, like, do anything for this kid. And he's not even my kid. I just love him. I get not as much as a biological parent or, like, an adoptive parent where you spend every day with them, but, like,
sure.
Okay,
you got a small taste of it.
I could be a dad. I get it. But aside from that, like, if I'm a dad one day and then I step outside of, okay, beside being a dad, like, what am I? What do I like doing? I've up until this year, credit to my wife for pushing me to do it, I never had a hobby.
Right.
Like, it's like, who are you if not this identity that I initially chose because people in high school thought it was cool that I played guitar. I was the only kid, like, grew up in a small town, so there's like 8 kids in my school who played music.
Right.
And like, girls like that I play guitar. I'm like, oh, I can get
whoa.
girls to talk to me. I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
sure, you know. And luckily, I do like love music and like specifically the performance part.
Yes.
Which is why I didn't just like give up and do something else. But like, I got into it because it was like, okay, sick people like me. You know, that was the getting into it. So it was like the identity. Like before that, kind of played sports, kind of like try different things. But I started playing at like 12, 13 years old and started like showing people in high school, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, am I cool? Like, whoa, I can hang out with the cool kids. Like everyone likes me because I play music. I'm just gonna do music. And then getting into college, I went to school at Fanshawe for music. I kind of wasn't sure what I wanted to do with music. Do I want to produce? Do I want to? And I played at like an open mic, and people said it was good, and I thought, oh, that feels good. I'm gonna be an artist.
Okay. Yeah.
And did that for almost a decade. And
the launch, Charlie the Kid.
Yeah, like it was just like era. Oh, like this feels like I have an identity in this, and it feels like I'm like accepted, or not only accepted but praised, because it was like I was good enough. And this is a big thing I realized lately. I made music that was safe enough that I never had to deal with people. Like, people say no one believed in me. I never felt that because I kind of played it safe. Past the point of like trying to make money playing music. Yeah. Like, there's some folks in my hometown, but I was like, in my hometown, I was the only guy who played music, more or less. Yeah. So I was like kind of seen as like, oh, you're like the music guy of Russell, Ontario. Or like, you're the best musician here. So they're like, yeah, you're playing like, you know, local Canada Day every year. Yeah. You know, to like 100 people in a field. So I got support there. Yep. I played music that was like kind of funny, kind of like down the line, like pretty simple, easy. So it was like support there. So I never had to feel the thing of like, people don't get me or don't believe in me. Right. Because I never really tried to do anything that was too out there. I see. And now that I'm doing this sort of performance coaching thing, now I get hate on the internet. Of course. I'm fine with it because I believe so, and this is so honest and cool, and I wish I could teach it, but it just happened. I believe so much in what I'm doing that when I get like a negative comment online, I'm like, like they don't get it. Yeah. Either they'll see, or I don't care if they'll see. Like, like you don't get it. You're not my target audience. It's fine. Right. The internet is also so big that hello. If someone comments you're cringe, I'm like, I don't care. Yeah, whatever. You can brush it off. Because I really, really believe in what I'm doing, and that's what I didn't have when I was writing songs. I didn't believe in these songs. Maybe if I tried now and I'm considering it, like, if I wrote new songs, like maybe they would come out more honest, and
I think they would
want to back it because I've done,
especially from where you're from right now. Like,
I'm considering it. I'm considering it.
Hi, Mikey.
Mikey's very good. But it was, and I notice it. I notice it in some artists, whether they find success or not. If they believe in what they're doing, they can put up with criticism a lot better because they believe in what they're doing. Because
they're attached to what they do and what they believe in, right?
Rather than, I want people to like me, I'm going to play music, and then someone says, your music's not good. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, you should do rock music. Okay, I'll start doing rock music.
Yeah,
like, you'd so like that, right?
Valuable to...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Until I found like this sort of performance coaching is like, I don't really know the best way to put it. I like performance directing, but I don't think everyone knows what it means, so I say performance coaching. It's like I don't feel like shakeable from it. I had someone who works with a famous artist DM me and tell me I was wrong.
Whoa.
Someone who works with a famous artist commented on my posts, and I was posting like, there's a post I went, sometimes they'll do well, go viral, and I had one that went viral, and it was just like, hey, the person I was working with, you could walk on the stage this way, sort of look out at the crowd, or you could walk on this way, hey, what's up, and it's going to communicate something different to the audience. That was the whole video. And this guy commented and said, like, this isn't what you should be working on, like, you shouldn't pre-plan your stuff on stage. Like, this is an example I hear a lot. They're like, Kurt Cobain would never do this. And I saw he's verified, so I look, and it's like MD for blank. Like, someone who would, like, I don't know, play Massey Hall in Toronto. Like, pretty big artists. Maybe not stadium big, but if you're listening to this, you know who they are. And I don't think I'm going to say, just because, like, I'm going to shit talk this guy, so I'm so I said, hey man, this is sort of what I meant by that video, like, what do you think about that? Like, and he said, oh, I've been working with this artist for, like, it was 6 years we'd been working together, and it wasn't until then that this artist hired a choreographer. Like, we made sure the music was great first, and that's what's most important, and, like, Kurt Cobain would never do this. Everyone fucking uses Kurt Cobain, which I can talk about why that's bullshit in a minute.
Yeah, but it's like, why do you keep bringing up Kurt Cobain?
Yeah, it's just because, whatever, I'll talk about it in a minute, but it was, he basically was saying, like, you shouldn't be focusing on this, you should be focusing on music, but, like, even in his message, he's like, yeah, but the artist hired a choreographer.
Yeah.
They chose not to do it for 6 years, but they did it because it's important.
Right.
Choreographer in itself, maybe not. That's depending on, like, this person is like solo and they sometimes dance.
Sure.
But the show is important, and I am confident the show wasn't as good until they hired the choreographer. The music probably sounded great.
Yeah.
And I responded with, like, hey, thanks so much. Like, if you and the artist are ever in Toronto, like, hope to see you at a show.
Sure.
And in my head, I was like, fuck you. This guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He's a crusty old MD who's probably a great MD.
Yeah.
But just, like, the thing that bothers me is not so much the perspective of your work's not important. It's trying to... the only time I will shit talk someone is when they're a dick. Totally. I will never, like... none of my content is, like... I'll never review a performance, even if it's a successful artist, and say, like, this was so terrible. I might think it sometimes.
Sure.
There's examples. But the only time I'll call someone out or, like, tell them to eat my ass in the comment section is, like, if they're trying to be a dick.
Yeah.
Especially if they're putting down someone else, because I'm lucky and I believe in what I'm doing enough that I can take it. It's fine. Because this is a successful guy. Like, he's got a really big artist, and he's telling me I'm wrong. And in my head, I was like, okay,
you don't have to be doing this.
Yeah, you don't, like, no, just like, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm wrong. I think you're wrong.
Your credentials are great. You haven't made a point yet I agree with.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong. And I didn't say that because, like, maybe he'll guest list me one day. If I see the artist is in Toronto, I'm a fan.
Guy who eats ass for a living.
Yeah. Fuck you. Give me a guest list.
Give my friend some tickets.
I'm gonna shit talk some guy who's, like, trying
and
to
me.
do
I want to come see your MDing skills.
Yeah. And I mean, the artist sounds great, so I'm sure he's good at what he does, but he's also, you know, there's a lot of like crusty old dudes that think that it's interesting that I noticed that unless they're open-minded, which the best are, a lot of folks think that their role is the most important role in an artist's career.
It's not.
So if sound guys are sort of notorious that they're like old and mean, like the crusty old like ponytail, sort of the nickname.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a show and you say, hey, sound guy, we have this thing planned in our show, can you do this with the mic instead? Oh, well, it's not going to make it sound as good. I don't think we should do it. And it's like, well, this moment is the highlight of the show, and I don't give a shit. I want to use this wireless mic so that we can go into the crowd. There's not as much high end. Who fucking cares? We're playing the bovine. Who gives a fuck
literally, you relax, bro.
So, like, I'll notice that, like, folks will think their job is the most important.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I think my job is the most important. But my job, as far as the show is concerned, is everything that happens before, during, and after the show.
Totally.
I don't work on it much, but sometimes even like the event, the sort of 4 elements of a show, of like what the things you can work on. The acronym is PACE. That's what I use. So the PACE, the performer, the art, the craft, and the environment.
Cool. I like that.
So if you have a performer who's great, you have art that's like really thoughtful and creative, you have a craft that's well practiced, and then you have an environment that's like thought through. So sometimes artists will do shows in interesting venues. Like you, I am stoked on it. I love it, and I feel lucky enough that I love something that I do feel kind of bulletproof in it. For now, it might happen that someone can shit talk, and it doesn't move me. Whereas if someone says like, this cover you recorded sucks, I did a cover years ago and I got a hate comment, and I still remember.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really believe in what I was doing.
Sure.
And that's a huge unlock.
Yeah.
So like if you can be honest and do something you believe in, it's a lot harder to be swayed from it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a great... We went all over the place on that one.
Yeah.
So it was nice. I mean, thank you for opening up about all that stuff, Trevor. I really appreciate it. I mean, that kind of leads us into our next segment, which is great. So I have like 2 back-to-back segments that I do in the middle of the pod. Well, it's usually in the middle of the pod. Now it's towards wherever we are in the pod. So this segment is called the Real Reels, which is the part of the show where, if the guest feels comfortable, obviously, to like dive in a bit further. You know, as we said off camera, as I said to you off camera, like the whole point of this podcast was to break the stigma surrounding mental health conversations and, you know, make these kind of conversations more accessible for people that need to hear them. So the Real Reels is kind of like, there's only one question in this segment, and it's like, what has been, or what have been some of the darkest moments in your life? Like the stuff that like you wouldn't normally talk about to people that other people could benefit from hearing about. And you can go as deep as you want.
I'm just thinking. I kind of think of like 2. I was thinking about them and then thinking about like the times. The initial one was like kind of just feeling like when I was a little kid, and this sort of plays into shit that is still affecting me now.
Yep.
I think having authority figures in my life that didn't know how to communicate when they were upset in ways that were healthy. So whether it be like I did something bad as a kid or they just had a shitty day, like taking it out on me and me feeling like I had to fix it.
Right.
And that happened from time to time. This developed into people pleasing.
I was about to say, yeah.
Conflict avoidance.
Right.
So that was like kind of childhood stuff.
Yeah.
That
was that from like your teachers in school, your parents,
from
like
family,
yeah.
Who are great, and I do not resent, and
no, of course,
very much, and don't think will hear this anyways, so it's okay, but I'm still trying to be vague. But that was childhood, so when I would get in trouble at school, I'd be so freaked out. And I would only ever get in trouble for shit that was harmless. I'm a very, very soft, very sensitive kid.
Yeah.
So someone would say, go. Like, I got a detention in grade 2 for calling a girl hot. Because someone said, go tell this girl she's hot. I was like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know, go tell her. And I told her she was hot. I went to a Catholic school, which could also lead into the guilt and
yes, the Catholic
whatever,
guilt.
Catholic guilt. But I would say something, or I'd say, like, hey, you're hot. And my teacher would hear it and give me a detention. I'd freak out and I'd go home. I'm like, I have to tell my mom I got a detention. Mm-hmm. What am I going to do? And I tell my mom, she's like, that's not bad. Like, that, don't.
Yeah.
Some people might not like it, so don't say it again. Yeah. I never would. I'd never get a detention for doing the same thing twice unless it was talking or being late.
Right.
But like punching people or pushing, never. Like,
yeah,
shit, like being mean to people, never. But I'd like say fuck in grade 3. Like, you can't say that, you have a detention. I'm like, oh my god, no, I have to go tell my mom.
Yeah.
And that like anytime I'm in trouble or I think folks are mad at me now, it's like everything else stops. That's the only thing I can focus on.
Right.
So that like dark time of that stuff happening comes back with conflict.
Right.
And that's hard with like when you want something different from someone. Mm-hmm. It comes up in marriage.
Yeah.
It comes up in like when like I'm at my job. I used to work at a radio station, and one of the bits that they had is called Why You Here, where I'd go to the courthouse and ask people, why are you here?
Oh.
And I was respectful of my approach, as I am, as I said, very soft and gentle.
Yeah, and avoidant of conflict.
Yeah. And some people are there, it's the worst day of their lives. And they'd say, I don't want to talk to you. And I'd say, okay. And some people it's the worst day of their lives, and they would tell me, and I'd be like, I'm trying to get like an interview for an alternative rock station. Like,
yeah,
I'm not going to use this. We wouldn't use anything that someone was like noticeably, I don't know how the right way to say it is, but like mentally ill, or like anyone who talked about abuse.
Right.
So, which was half of the people there.
Sure.
I'd go up to someone and you could tell, like, if they were using drugs, like, we're not going to use this.
No.
But there would be interesting stuff there that is usable and people are happy to talk about it, and I would ask in a respectful way, and then the hosts would air it, and then we're very, very good at making fun around the subject.
But never like
this person's an idiot.
Right. Which is good.
Unless they did something that was like morally wrong, like getting a DUI, and then it'd be like, okay, well, you're lying, like your story doesn't make sense, and that sort of thing. But that job was so anxiety inducing. Every time I went up to someone to interview them, I'm anxious. Yeah. I did it almost every day for a year.
Oof.
And
exposure therapy.
Hated it. I never got better though.
No. Oh wow.
Because it was just like, because I thought like, okay, exposure, this will get easier. No. At the end, my first week, maybe I got better.
Yeah.
After that, like,
you just kind of plateaued.
Like, damn, I have to go to the court again today. Like, even like interviewing drunk people on King Street and just playing like silly games.
Right.
Was another part of the job. I'm nervous going up, and sometimes I'd go to King Street at like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. and just interview drunk people, and like,
damn, that's a risky job.
Yeah, sometimes.
It definitely can be.
I wouldn't carry my wallet with me.
Nope, good idea.
But it would just be like, hey, we're gonna ask you to say, try to spell a word, like pretty harmless stuff. I would like change their names. So I feel morally good about it.
Sure.
But I'm like going up to people, and I'd sometimes pace up and down the street because I'm so anxious of like what if I ruin their night? Mm-hmm. Like the court thing made me anxious because like, what if they get mad at me?
Right.
And they're justified because I'm approaching them on, maybe they're here because something terrible happened.
Yeah.
And that feeling, it never went away. Finding like
I feel like that's a normal. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I feel like that's a normal feeling for anyone to have in a situation like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, maybe, it's kind of a weird situation to be in.
But I also at my job wouldn't say, guys, this feels super inappropriate. I'm not doing it.
You didn't create a boundary for yourself.
No. Now, the interviews I would get, I didn't really feel like I was crossing a line. I think I was pretty good, and I would edit them. So I didn't. never aired anything where I was like, oh my god, I feel so terrible that we aired that.
Sure, yeah.
I was very good at like saying, this is inappropriate, I'm not going to submit it.
Right.
But going up to people,
yeah,
was like, I'm so sorry. Like,
yeah,
is it okay? Like that's how I felt. I had to front a bit more.
I feel like a lot of that's
better,
probably deep rooted in the childhood stuff you had to go through of feeling that or the side effects of the conflict avoidance.
Yeah.
And having to please people all the time. I feel like those things that you adapted when you were younger as a result of what happened to you when you're younger kind of plays a role now in your life, like deep subconsciously. And so you have these moments, like you said, of like working at this radio station, doing these things, that kind of deep unresolved childhood trauma of like the people pleasing and the conflict avoidance comes up in those moments, and like almost like PTSD in a way.
Yeah, I've had panic attacks about conflict stuff. It comes up with my wife a lot. And in music it comes up like when I think I'm going to do something that people won't like.
Sure.
So I've never put out music because I'm like, what if people don't like this? That's kind of conflict. Or like working with a manager who I didn't really agree with, I would just do whatever he said.
Right.
And what it would make me do is it would limit me being myself. And in my career's case, it would limit me putting myself out there.
Yeah.
Because I was so insecure and scared of like,
right,
what if this is bad? I never like stood for anything because I'm like, what if someone calls me out on this? Like, what if I didn't like? It was like a thing for a while. Not so much on Instagram now, where like if there's like a social problem, like you have to post about it. Otherwise, you're not using your platform.
Oh, sorry.
And then it would post about it, and someone would say like, "You don't know what you're talking about. Why are you posting about it?"
Yep.
So, like, there's value in either argument, but it was just like, I was so terrified to have an opinion on anything, and even now still terrified to like put out a song like, oh, what if someone thinks this is like I mentioned like if I find this like woman attractive in this song, like one time someone said that was misogynistic, like fuck, like I don't know if I can put like, so like just didn't have any like, I couldn't stand for anything,
right,
because I was so nervous unless it was wildly popular.
Right. Where it's like, it's not a hot take if you agree with this, because everyone agrees with this. Like,
if I post racism is bad, that's not a hot take. That's fine. But if it was like Black Lives Matter, it's like, oh, well, did you know that Black Lives Matter actually did this? I'm like, oh no, like I didn't. Right. And then this person said, no, that's not true. And I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know. Like, can you guys please just both not be mad at me, please?
Yeah, the people pleasing.
And it just made, like, I feel like it didn't have a backbone, and like it was very easy like to have my arm twisted, you know? And,
yeah.
Like, it happened with like trying to create art. So I'm like, I don't feel like what if this is like seen as cringy, or like industry people think this is lame or corny, or like what if people don't get it but like my industry friends like it, and it's
right.
That sort of led to like I not really feeling like I'm not making any big steps in a career I've been trying to do for 8 years.
Because you didn't create real boundaries for yourself, it sounds like.
I just felt like I wasn't confident enough to have didn't have the self-esteem to like have an opinion,
right?
Even on like, this song's about this. It's like I had to be funny, because then you can't make fun of me. If it's funny, and you think it's cringy, well, it's just a joke.
It's just a joke, huh? Yeah. Right.
But the difference now is I feel like I can post a shitty TikTok. Oh well, no one's gonna see it. That's shitty. I can have people online like say this, and it's a minority of the comments, but like they could be like, this is you look like an idiot, or this guy sucks, or something, like just like blatant, like not even creative hate.
Yeah, you're like, okay, great.
Yeah. And it doesn't faze me, because I have something I believe in.
Yeah.
You know? But
you found the self-esteem you were lacking the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's hold on to that thought, because we're coming out of the real reels and into the next segment.
Okay.
Which is called the rainbow segment.
Yeah.
Which is like coming out of those dark points in your life Presumably.
Yeah.
I mean, we all still have our dark points, of course. But, you know, mental health is a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a linear journey, but it's a journey. And so the rainbow segment is kind of like hopping on that positivity train.
Mm-hmm.
And let's discuss some... I mean, we've kind of already discussed it earlier in the pod, and you were just elaborating further there. But if there's anything else you can think of or anything else you want to add to it, or we can touch on the things you brought up already. But the rainbow segment is just kind of like, what are some of the methods or coping mechanisms or stuff that you found in your life that help manage the ADHD that you deal with, the people-pleasing, the conflict avoidance, like... Because you seem like you're in a much better place now with everything. Like, obviously, there's still a lot to learn, of course, and you're only 29, so there's still, you know, lots of time ahead of you. But maybe walk us through, like, some of the things that worked for you, or have worked for you, or continue to work for you.
So, like, for 3 things. The first thing, therapy, and then...
Huge.
Medication.
Huge.
And then treating my body well.
Huge.
Those 3 things in that order. The therapy sort of like helps me like understand like why do I feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the medication was like sort of a way to help deal with some of the things.
Yep.
And then diet, exercise, socialize,
and sleep.
And sleep were like I don't know. It's just like it helps so much.
Yeah.
It's so annoying that taking care of your body helps you feel better.
Wait, what?
But
you don't say.
Finding a way to do it routinely. Like I was always a lot of people probably like this were like I would say I'm gonna fix my shit, and I would develop a great habit and it would last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And I would fall off for a day and then never do it again.
Yep.
So I still do that a bit, but a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
And having a partner who is awesome really helps.
For sure.
I'm very lucky. But, yeah, I'm feeling in a place where like I'm doing something that I believe in. I have
really feel that, man.
a body that is working better because of medication and habits. And I've gone through therapy enough to understand why some of the bad stuff was happening and sort of what to do about it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's great, dude. I'm so happy to hear that you're like all of these things in place that you found for yourself have gotten you to a better spot in your life, man. And
yeah, dude.
And it's amazing like how much your outlook changes too when you find yourself in a better mental state. You know, like when you I mean the medication does not a lot of everything, but like for me, like I'm on medication too. And for me what it does, and you can, chime in if it relates to you as well. But for me, the way I like to describe it to people is like my depression and anxiety were kind of driving the car for a long time. And I was in the back seat kind of like watching them drive it. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so like now the medication has allowed me to, I'm driving the car now. And the depression and anxiety are in the trunk. Yeah. They're still with me because, they don't unfortunately go away. But they're no longer driving the car anymore. I'm driving the car. That's kind of the way I describe it. Or another way I usually describe it is like it kind of felt like a dark cloud over my head. And like my thoughts were always negative, and like it was always what if this, what if that. It was always like, are you doing enough? Is life worth living? Like I was in a really fucked up place with that. Yeah. And now the medication has kind of like pushed that dark cloud behind me, and I'm like in front of the dark cloud now. So it's like, unfortunately with mental health, it's always kind of gonna be there. Yeah. But it's just like the medication just kind of gives you the clairvoyancy to tackle everything else in your life, like as you described. Yeah. The sleeping and the eating and then the socializing, all that other stuff. Like it allows you to have more clear-headedness to tackle those things. Yeah. Which otherwise you might not have. And I'm not saying like, don't get this the wrong way. Like I'm not saying you need medication to have that.
No, it's different for everyone.
It's different for everybody's journey is different, right? I'm just saying for me, and sounds like for you too, Trev, like the medication is beneficial for us. Yeah. But just because you are not on medication, listening or watching, doesn't mean that has to be the journey for you too. Like, there's other ways around it as well, you know?
I found that it's funny when you talk to different people in your life, what their advice will be, where some folks are, it's almost like people are, I don't know the word to say it, like, there's like a pull yourself up by your bootstraps sort of mentality, and there's like almost like being coddled, and there's like somewhere in the middle that feels good. Like my dad is very much like, I don't know, he's a man in his 60s, so he's
the bootstrap guy.
He was in the military.
Oh, he's actually the bootstrap
both
guy.
Parents were in the military and had literal bootstraps.
Damn. Okay.
So they were very like nice and did not want me to go in the military. They both had to, just through what they wanted to do with their life. They didn't have an option. They needed work.
Okay.
And then I was like, I think I want to join the reserves, and they're like, please don't.
Please don't do that.
First of all, you're the softest person I've ever met, Trevor. Like,
Aw.
They didn't say that, but I can imagine they thought it.
Like,
yeah, you're a very soft kid. Please don't do that. And also, just like we did a lot of work, so you wouldn't have to do what we had to do.
Well, that's
in
good.
that way, which is great. But my dad is very much like, oh well, just like think happy thoughts.
What?
And it's funny. He's like, just work hard.
What,
like,
do you Peter Pan?
No, but it's funny because it's so like, okay, that's too much. But then there's some friends who I have where like every emotion they have has to be a diagnosis.
Right.
And it's too far on the other end of like, you have no, I don't know the word, like responsibility for your actions.
Yeah, accountability for yourself.
Over therapized is like a word I've heard.
Sure.
And I've leaned on either side at some point too much.
Yeah.
Where I thought like, oh, I'm just mad at this person in my life for doing this to me, and it's their fault.
Right.
And I guess I'm just fucked up. And I've had points where it's like, well, I'm just gonna ignore this problem and try to work harder.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
there's times that both can be applied to a situation. Where there's sometimes where I'm like, you know what? No, I am kind of like feeling sorry for myself here. And there's some times where I'm like, no, I really do need help with this. And it's fun because sometimes I do need help, and I'll like talk to my dad, for example, and he'll just be like, oh, well, just do this thing.
You ever tried not doing that? And it's like,
yeah, just like don't hang out with that guy. I'm like, oh, I like that.
Life isn't that cut and dry, man.
No. And then some friends who they're it's past the point of validating your feelings. It's alleviating any responsibility.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, I can't bring myself to consistently exercise or eat well. So I'm going to see if there's something, like if I get a diagnosis. And I got the diagnosis, and it's like, okay, I'm going to take the meds. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm medicated. I found a good dosage.
Yeah.
This is working. I have to also put something in. I'm going to start with diet.
Yeah.
Got my diet together. It helped.
Yeah.
So this sort of like in between of it's exclusively only your fault, and it's not your fault at all.
Yeah. The sweet spot is somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle. And sometimes you lean one way a bit more
yeah.
than normal, and sometimes you have to lean this way a bit more than normal.
And let it be known it's okay to lean either or sometimes.
Yeah. There's no
part of
wrong.
life, man.
There's no wrong. And some people find that one way works better. I think it's situational.
For sure.
There are some times that I just need to be heard, and there's some times where I need to have my butt kicked a little bit, and like I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger said like he would lose a competition and give himself like a day to feel sorry for himself.
Yeah.
And then it's like back to the gym. And I thought that quantity of time was specific and kind of funny, but the idea of like give yourself almost like a mourning period. Give yourself time to be like, this hurts.
Yes.
And for me, like it was like that. Like when I was like, hey, you have ADHD, there's a part that I think a lot of people feel when they're diagnosed with something of like, how my life could have turned out if I found out about this 20 years ago,
right,
and started working on this 20 years ago. Like,
yeah,
why didn't my parents see this?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't I get help in school?
Sure.
Like, would I be 28 and depressed? Like,
right.
There's a bit of almost a mourning thing that I think I read a lot of people feel. So I kind of felt that, and I kind of felt like I was consciously like, I'm gonna let myself feel shitty for a bit.
Yep.
And I gave myself, I think it was like a month.
Yeah, you're like, okay, this is what I gotta feel. What I gotta feel.
Like I'm sad, I'm bummed out, I feel sorry for myself a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, it's been a month. I'm gonna start working on my diet.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay, like, come on, Trev, like,
mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Well, it's important to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Like, that's been my new vocal stem now, is like, give yourself grace.
Yeah.
You know, I tell everybody that, and I really mean it. Like, it's it's something I've got to learn for myself as well, because I don't think it's like talked about enough these days. I feel like we live in a world where, especially with social media, and we discussed this earlier, Trev, off camera, and maybe a little bit on camera too, but we live in a world where like everyone's attention spans are so short these days, and everyone wants instant gratification, right? We live in a world where you can get a shipment in a day.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like everyone is so used to getting everything right away all the time, where it's like life doesn't work that way, especially for like emotions and like what we suffer through, what we go through. Like, it takes time, and like things aren't going to change right away all the time for you. It takes work, and it takes effort, and it takes self-reflection, and you can't always be beating yourself up on it too, right? Because I find people like always beat themselves up on it a lot as well. And it's like, you got to give yourself grace. Give yourself time to sit in it, absorb it, reflect on it, do whatever you need to do to get through that moment in your life. And then when you're in a better place, or, then you can work towards it, and it becomes easier too.
That feels like a more eloquent way to put what I was saying. Feel sorry for yourself is like, it's probably a little deflection with using humor of like,
I noticed
saying something of like, you have to like sit in something and feel it and acknowledge it and feel through it.
Feel free to give yourself grace.
Yeah,
you can take that vocal stem.
Because there's a bit of it that's like, I don't know where exactly it's from. It could be different things in life, but like, it feels vulnerable or scary sometimes. So like, give yourself grace. I just feel a little bit of like, I'm not a fucking wimp. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Like manly, macho, maybe like
masculinity or whatever.
Yes. So there's a bit of that. So I think I'm good enough at admitting a thing, but sometimes it has to be. There's a little layer of like saying it in a funny way, or like that I didn't even notice until you said, give yourself grace. I'm like, oh, that is a more eloquent way to put what I was just saying. Sometimes it is. Sometimes I just like the colorful language of it, but sometimes it is a deflection from something vulnerable.
Yeah. Wait. Kudos to you for being self-aware.
Yeah.
And noticing it.
I try to be. I really make an effort to
It's good that you're like making the changes to be, like the person that you want to become.
Yeah.
But, a better, healthier person, right? So it's like, hey, give yourself grace.
I'll give myself grace.
There you go. Hell yeah, man.
I like that.
Yeah, we should that's a good ending then, I think.
That's a great ending.
Let's give ourselves some grace, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, before we end though. We talked off camera downstairs about holding each other accountable, and I have to make sure that it gets in the pod.
Yep, put it in.
So let's put it in the pod.
What do you need to be held accountable for? So,
folks at home listening and watching, if you've made it this far, thank you. Like, this has been a great conversation with Trevor. So what Trevor and I have discussed is my friend Sonny, shout out Sonny if you're watching, him and I have been struggling sleeping lately, and he told me about a method called the worry journal. And the worry journal, for those, if you're interested, and if you suffer also from like not being able to sleep like I do, the worry journal is something that you do every day. He says, my friend Sonny says, he has like a slotted time every day that he does it to make it a routine and a habit. because it's easier, because people like routines and habits, right? They're easier, more susceptible to that. So the worry journal is like, let's say you eat dinner, and like the hour after you eat dinner, you pick up your journal and you just free flow all your worries into the journal. It could be maybe something you didn't accomplish that day, or something you're upset about that day. Anything, just get it out of you. If you have any thoughts about tomorrow or next week, or something that's nagging your brain, put it in the journal. Put it all down so it's all in front of you and out of your head. Close it, put it away. And then at night when you go to sleep, and if your brain starts to do that thing again where it goes, hey, Taylor, you didn't do this or this. No, brain, we've already done it already. We put it down in paper. I've already thought about all this already. Time for bed.
Love it.
So that's what I got to do. And Trev, what's your...
I'm going to try to do morning pages, which is a activity I think coined by Julia Cameron, who wrote The Artist's Way, which is as early as you can in the morning, like after you wake up, just to open up a journal and write 3 pages, like with no thought of what you're writing. It could be about what you had a dream about. It could be just, I don't want to write these today. I don't want to write these today. My coffee was shitty. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's just getting... It's almost like you turn on a tap and it's brown water, and eventually it's going to come out clear. I have found on page 3, honest things would normally come up.
There you
it's
go.
like, I'm really upset with my friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, where did that come from?
Hey.
Yeah, it's almost like when you're in with a therapist, you're like, I don't have anything to talk about today. And then 30 minutes in, you're like, oh, I'm actually really upset about this. Yeah, I didn't realize. So it's really helpful. It's a good way to start the day. And I'm going to try to do that daily. And we're going to hold each other accouable.
Yes.
And
now it's on the podcast,
text.
so we have to.
Yeah.
Also, meditating, I think, was another one on our accountability.
I'm going to start with one.
Okay, let's build our way up.
I know myself.
Yeah. Let's build ourselves up. I'm going to start the worry journal. You'll start the morning pages.
Meditate next month.
We'll keep our accountability. Let's see if we can just get through the first week.
Get through
maybe
this month or this week.
Let's do a week. I feel like that's more manageable.
Yeah, week starts tomorrow. Monday tomorrow.
So there we go. We can keep ourselves accountable for next week. If we get through next week, then we do the next week. Yeah. And then make it to a month, and then maybe after a month we'll check in with each other and be like, meditation?
I like that idea.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, brother. It's on the pod now. It's official. I don't know when this comes out, but it's going to be out soon.
Sick.
All right, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, man.
I appreciate you asking me.
It's been an absolute joy, dude.
I admire what you're doing, and I feel grateful to be a part of it.
Man, again, thank you so much for being so vulnerable today and opening up about your journey. Like, there's some stuff in there I'm sure that wasn't easy to talk about, like your childhood stuff about the, the conflict avoidance and people pleasing and all that kind of stuff, and the ADHD and the anxiety and depression you kind of experienced throughout your life, whatever.
It's all good.
It's not easy to deal with, and we respect everyone's journeys are different here, and I'm sure our audience are gonna appreciate this hopefully a lot. But yeah, just thank you for being so open and vulnerable today, dude, and sharing your mental health story, dude.
Thank you for doing this.
Hey, man, I'm just a little slice of pie and a big pie of the mental health pie of the world. What am I trying to say here? I want pie. Damn it. Trev, this is your opportunity to plug, baby. Sure. Let's not make that weird. If people want to reach out, dude, and here's a good way to put it. If people listen to this whole pod and heard your story and feel connected to you in some way, or identify with certain things that you described in your life, and want to reach out to talk to you about it, where can they find you to talk about it?
Instagram or TikTok at It's Trevor Dubois. I post about a lot of performance stuff, but I also post about my own journey with pushing through the cringe of posting online.
There you go.
It's relevant to folks who are trying to maybe overcome something in that way off the stage.
Totally.
And it's scary and vulnerable, but I think that's why it's valuable.
100%, man. So if you want to talk to Trev, which I highly recommend, this guy is the chillest of chill dudes.
Thanks, dude.
Of course, man. You got it, brother. Reach out. Instagram, TikTok, you said?
Yeah.
At It's Trevor Dubois.
You got it.
And how do you spell that for people at home?
TREVORDUBOIS.
There you go. Check him out. Go follow him on Instagram, TikTok, and all that good stuff. And support his coaching stuff, man.
Yeah, just watch the videos.
Yeah.
And don't hate comments, but if you do, it doesn't bother me.
Repost them and don't be a dipshit.
Yeah. You can be mean to me. Don't be mean to anyone else.
Yeah, you can't be mean to me.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Or Trevor's going to come after you and beat you up.
I'll shit talk you on the internet.
Whoa!
Mean. Yeah, I'll do it.
Fuck that conflict avoidance. We don't need that.
That's funny.
All right, Trev. Well, thank you. I hope people reach out to you. So I always leave the pod with 3 things. And I'm stressing out now because I don't have the 3 things prepared. But I'm going to say, hang on, I got this. If you haven't drank a glass of water today, or any sort of beverage of your choice, go do that. Go drink that. It's important to stay hydrated.
Yep.
2, I want you to write something down. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be like Trevor's morning pages things or my worry thing. My worry journal. Just find a book, find a scrapbook, find a piece of paper, pen, pencil, doesn't matter what it is, and write whatever comes to your head down. You don't have to show it to anybody. It could just be for you. Or if you want to show it to people, you can show it to people. Go do that. And number 3, I want you to... This is a good one. I want you to go to your phone, to your messages, and I want you to scroll down to the second last person in your messages. Doesn't matter who it is. Whoever's the second last person in your messages.
Let me see.
I want you to either text or call them and let them know that you're thinking about them. I think that's nice. Trevor's doing it right now.
Let's see.
This is IRL. This is happening in real life.
This goes back far.
In real time. He's got a lot of messages, everybody.
How many? I thought it only saved for a month.
I guess not.
My DHL Express shipment was delivered.
All right, we'll tell your DHLS guy. I'm thinking of you.
Yeah, I'll scroll up to someone I know.
There you go.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. That's a nice one to end on. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching today's episode with Trevor Dubois. It's been a blast. Trevor, thank you so much again for being on the show, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for doing this.
Of course, man. Of course. And if you guys like what you listened to or watched, hey, honestly, if you're listening and not watching, we have a YouTube channel. It's at A Mental Break Podcast on YouTube. And you can see the full video of Trev and I sitting in my room talking about it. So you could be in the conversation in the room with us.
Hello.
Hi. Look to the camera, Trev. Hi. So go check out the YouTube. Show the YouTube some love. Show the video some love. But as always, it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. It's going to be available there. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's at A Mental Break Podcast on Instagram. We post clips and everything on there, and you can always DM me because I'm the one that runs it. You can check out my band Wishwell if you want to. We also are attached to the podcast. Obviously, I'm the singer. And feel free to rate it. Give it 5 stars.
Best way to help the
podcast. It just gets the message out there and, helps spread more mental health awareness is really all I care about. I don't care about the podcast doing well. I just want the message of the podcast to get more out there and break the stigma surrounding this conversations that we just had tonight. Well, whenever this airs, what time is it right now?
11:24 p.m.
It's 11:24 p.m. as of recording this. So whatever time you're watching it in. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We love you. Trav, thanks again, buddy.
I very much like what you're doing with this podcast, and I appreciate you doing it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. We go into camera and wave.
Okay.
And say bye. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Bye.